Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channels for the reading of the new moon in Virgo for August 27th, 2022. I do believe I have my YouTube sea legs on now. I'm feeling a little bit easier in front of the camera. So a quick introduction. My name is Susie. I am a student of the tarot for 25 plus years. I won't say how plus, but in any case, I love the tarot. There's layers and layers. There's always more to learn, and yeah, I'm here for it. So that's enough about me. Let's get started. This is an interesting reading. The new moon in Virgo is bringing you some tension, I would say, in the next 2 weeks. I'm going to cap it at 2. Sometimes it's 2 to 4, but I'm going to cap it at 2, hopefully. The Five of Swords is a card that is, well, first of all, it's 5, so it brings instability. And it's a sword, so it brings mental instability. This is a difficult card. It's a card of win and lose. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But if you fight with honor, you'll always be victorious, whether you do win or whether you don't. And so during these next 2 weeks, honor is is calling you. With the devil card there, it's things that don't work out. They don't gel. It's a negative period. It's a hard period. The devil is always showing you what the problem is. The Hierophant holds up 2 fingers and keeps 3 down, but the devil has all 5 up. In this case, it's 3, but um, in the original deck, he has all 5 of his fingers up, showing you his hand. Basically, that means I can show you where the problem is, and it's up to you to break the chains, to let go of anything that binds you, whether that's bad habits, wrong people, um, uh, a battle that is not going your way. It's also time to know to let go and stop fighting the battle. Um, and again, this person is victorious, but it's not a complete victory because these are people in his community, or these are people that he knows, or these are people that he loves, or whatever you do to a person always comes back to you. And so it'll never be a true victory when it's done with trickery and out of dishonor. And I do feel a bit of trickery here because of the devil card. I do want to get one more card for this. I must say, though, you're handling it like a champion, like an Aquarius would. I'm going to say, well, this is quite wonderful. These can be worldly events. These can be things outside of your realm or outside of your jurisdiction. But it could be worldly events. Having said that, things are coming to a close, very possibly. Um, Also, I'm going to say this just I received was that there can be blocks to something that you wanted to do, somewhere where you wanted to go. This can be blockages as well, because this is a cycle that is ending, and it's like graduation, but there's little things that you have to do. When it's negatively aspected like this, you really do want to look at this person sort of boxed in. There's not much they can do about it. Having said that, with the devil there, it's about breaking the chains, and it's about knowing when to, especially with the outcomes, knowing when to let go of a battle that's not good for anyone. This is multi-layered here. I think it's personal, but I also think there's worldly things happening that are on your mind as well, or that may be shown to you at this time that you were previously unaware of. Or it's just really in your face right now. How you How you handle it is fantastic, though. I'm really proud of Aquarius, I must say. They are the Ten of Cups. This is faith. This is absolute having faith. This is emotional faith. So life has been good. Family is wonderful. Home and health. Everything can be happening outside of your realm. But if you keep the faith, your world is wonderful. Your world is happy. This is gratitude. This is having a grateful life, grateful for the things that have happened. So even things that are not working out for you, you can still look to your immediate world and find the goodness there and find the happiness there and find the joy there. And that comes through faith. And if you continue that and you share it with other people, I don't think there's, I think that's the test of this opportunity that the universe is showing all of us at this time. Um, and so, where thoughts go, energy flows. Your thoughts are on gratitude and what you do have and the beauty of life, even in the midst of dark, chaotic happenings. This is the Six of Pentacles, is the sharing is caring card. And so maybe not everybody is as faithful and joyous and grateful as you are. Um, but you have the impetus to help other people, to share what you have. And that would be an emotional sharing, because this is an emotional card. These are our emotions. And so this can come in the way of material, as we're looking at the Six of Pentacles, but it can also just come in the way of sharing your faith, sharing what you know and love, and how to be grateful for things. This is give and receive alike. So what you give, you receive. If you are not receiving it, or it's kind of like the card of when you're giving to somebody, look to see what they're doing with it. And if they're doing the right thing with it, then share freely. And if they're not, then, maybe don't share as freely. If it's not, it has to be a give and take alike. And that's, again, he's got the scales going on here. This is also in dark situations and heavy situations, can be medicines. It can be herbal. It can be things like that. It doesn't have to be prescribed or prescription medicines. But he's giving out healing information. And maybe even just, if you just think about it, gratitude is a life of gratitude brings good health, brings good fortune. That's just the way it is. And even if it's only Six of Pentacles, that's enough to be grateful for. That's enough to get you where you need to go. It's balanced. Okay? I will pull another card for that. That's a very interesting card, but I do think that you're going to be helping out. It's possibly family members. That's very possible, because we are looking at the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Nice. So, interestingly enough, the fact that you help, the fact that you have faith, brings you onto a new financial path. This is my spring card, so it could be something that is making its way towards the springtime. Excuse me. It's a new seed that's going to be planted that will grow into a big old money tree later. So your faith that has grown from the tree can actually bring you some financial stability. And if you're feeling a little bit of lack right now, or just, not as much as you had hoped, have faith. A new path is coming, and it will bring you a new financial cycle. Again, when you share, when you give, you receive. Have faith, but you do. So well done. Okay, so the outcome, or the what happens in your response to this situation, is the Six of Swords. It is the progression from the Five of Swords. That's the way it is. It is not different. Let me move on. that's this card. Things are the way they are. Let me get my balance back, my mental balance, and let's move on. And when that happens, when we let go of the battle, when we let go of that um, less than honorable battle, we find we're moving to calmer shores, to calmer emotional, mental waters. The fact that the Eight of Swords is with this card. Now, this is an interesting card because it's sometimes we feel bound and we feel like we can't do anything. It's a prison of our mind. This card also indicates sometimes that you're not supposed to do anything. To be honest, you've already been in the battle, the Five of Swords. You've been there, and you've released yourself from something quite negative. You've graduated, and you're moving on. And so, for a time, maybe there aren't a lot of answers. For a time, you're supposed to maybe take your hands off of it, and it's kind of like get your mind straight again through this difficulty that that is happening around you. I am going to get a clarification card for that. Yeah, the five, the Hierophant. So this is what I'm saying. The Hierophant has two fingers up. The devil has three or five. It's three in this case, but that's neither here nor there. I do think it's funny though. The Hierophant is sort of a no card for me. It's kind of holding its hand up saying you have to ask permission. So you are moving on, and there may be things that you want to do once you reach those shores or on the way to the calming water or the new shores, but it's not time. It's just not time yet. And I'm going to say that with that Ace of Pentacles card and the Spring card, I know astrologically that the spring of 2023 is going to be much better, much more calming period, and a lot more fortuitous. Of course, we'll always have challenges and rewards no matter where we are on the wheel of fate, but things start to calm down. And so I do think that if you have plans to do anything, and you want to visit some place that maybe you can't at this time or can't stay at this time, I don't know why that came up, but it just did, then it's not time. You can be back in the springtime, or you can go there in the springtime. The springtime holds better a time for you, a better timing. So my thoughts are a little bit muddled with this reading. My thoughts are a little bit all over the place. And when that happens, that's just part of the reading. I feel that that's something that's going on inside of you, Aquarius, and I'm just reflecting that. So there are a lot of swords here, and they are the more difficult sword cards, other than the Six of Swords. But I say that also because I have the Ten of Swords here as what does Spirit want you to know. And this is the end of difficult mental situations. The worst has happened, or it's happening through this period, or you're seeing the worst of what can happen, and you are mentally digesting it. And yeah, it's over. A new day is dawning. I'm also going to say this one last thing. This is also somebody who's been stabbed in the back 10 times. These are people who don't work, I would say, fairly or honorably. It is your gratitude, your honor, your joy that's going to bring you to the other side. If this is you and how you've been behaving lately, that's going to change. If it's a situation that you've been in and has happened to you, that's going to change. There's big change coming up. But it was through this difficulty that you could reach this point. You got through the Ace of Swords. You've ended its cycle. It's over. A new day is dawning. And that's all I have to say about that. Thank you, Aquarius. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you back in 2 weeks.